Go.
Good afternoon, everyone. You may be wondering why I'm standing in front of Linden Hill Elementary holding a pineapple. That's because I had the chance to observe an amazing initiative whereby Linden Hill has taken the 7 habits of highly successful people and synergized them together, which is one of the habits, by the way, to show our students how they can take charge and be leaders in their everyday lives. Really, the folks here at Linden Hill, the teachers, the students, should be very proud of themselves for their efforts. One of their parting gifts was a pineapple, which is a symbol of a welcome and a fond salutation, so thank you to Linden Hill for the pineapple. It's been a very busy week over the last couple of days. I have to thank Governor Carney and Attorney General Den again for promptly signing into law the trifecta of addiction bills that will address some of the access issues we have respecting coverage for addiction treatment, as well as our ability to determine when we've got physicians who are prescribing and perhaps getting close to or towing the line with behaving as pill mills. Next, I'd like to thank some of the neighbors who I met with along Route 41. I updated them regarding the fact that our resolution task force to study the issue of increasing commercial truck traffic in and around the 7th Senate District and surrounding areas is now totally staffed. We're in the process of making sure that we've got the folks who are the non-neighbors, the subject matter experts as they say, selected and going through, and so that is moving forward apace. Additionally, I wanted to talk about the opportunity that I had to have a budget town hall with Governor Carney this past week again on Monday. Again, kudos to Governor Carney and also Representative Mitchell for being willing to co-host with me, the governor, to talk about some of the budget cuts as well as the tax increases that are being examined to allow us to determine how we will address the fiscal situation this year in Delaware. It's with that thanks that I want to finally address an issue that's been weighing heavily on my mind, which is even more appropriate given the fact that I'm standing in front of one of our great red clay elementary schools. I am deeply concerned about the proposed education cuts and the impacts that they could have in our classrooms. I am concerned about proposing those cuts and having them proceed without a deeper discussion about the bureaucratic weight at the state level with our Department of Education, and I'm wondering why it is that we're asking our teachers and our students to tighten their belts without having the opportunity to more closely examine whether and how much bureaucratic weight we ought to be carrying as it relates to our educational system. I'm encouraged by talking to our superintendent and others that will have some solutions that we can suggest to minimize impacts to personnel and perhaps take a much closer look at the manner in which we see our money flow. For me, as was demonstrated today with this amazing program, I will continue to fight to make sure that our dollars flow directly into our classrooms to the benefit of our Delaware students and Delaware's families. Thanks for listening to my update. Please have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope you had a safe Memorial Day and do enjoy this weekend.